Hey guys, welcome back to another Coffee Date Thursday. So excited you guys have joined us. Today our topic is going to be birth stories, or for those who have not had births yet, our topic will be love stories. So birth stories slash love stories, as I almost spilled my coffee. So, sorry you guys, I was not available last week, but thank you, Kara, for stepping in for me and doing my coffee date. So this week, I'm kind of gonna talk about last week's topic and this week's topic, because last week's topic was my favorite memory, and it kind of goes into this week's topic of what I was gonna do originally. So my favorite memory is my third born's birth story. And the reasoning behind it, why it's my favorite memory. So let's just jump right in. I'll tell you why it's my favorite memory, then we'll go into her birth story itself. So I was about 15 weeks pregnant with Rebekah, my third born, who's actually right in there sleeping. Hopefully she'll stay asleep. And my water broke. And I actually have another video already published out of Rebekah's story. So if you guys have not heard it, checked it out yet, you can go check it out. But I'm going to kind of tell you right now. So my water broke at 15 weeks pregnant. And I was taken to the hospital, and basically I was told there's nothing we can do for you, that we're going to have to induce and deliver, and the baby will not make it. Well, after a lot of praying and a lot of seeking guidance, I guess, and wisdom from some other people, I decided to, right before they were going to induce me, I decided to beg for a sonogram to check the water, or to see how much water I had left and if there might be any chance of saving her and keeping her in there. So a couple hours after that passed, and I got my sonogram, and that showed that I had plenty of water, plenty of amniotic fluid, to be technical. So they basically had no explanation for it, because they had already confirmed that my water had completely broken. So I get put on bed rest for many weeks, and then we had some scares here and there, not knowing if my water had broken again, or I was leaking, or what was going on. Well, we kept going throughout my pregnancy, and things were going good. I made it to about 30. I delivered her at 37 weeks. And I actually had started my labor 2 weeks before then. And when I say start my labor, I mean contractions back to back, 2 to 5 minutes apart, every hour, or pretty much every day, for 2 weeks. And finally, I kept going into the hospital to get checked, and I was not progressing. They were like, we can't keep you, or we cannot induce you unless you're to a 4. And I was always almost to a 3. So my contractions were real. They were not the Braxton Hicks. They were the real thing, but it was not doing anything for my cervix. So from there, my 37-week appointment came about, and my blood pressure had already been kind of high. So my doctor was just like, you know what? You've been in labor for 2 weeks now. Let's induce you. And I was induced for my other 2 kids, so I was like all for it. By that time, I was still so grateful that I was able to keep Rebekah inside of me that long after my water had broken. But by that point, I was done having contractions around the clock for 2 weeks, literally. and dealing with 2 other kids, it was the pits. So we scheduled for induction later on that week, which made me almost 38 weeks pregnant. I was, I think, 37 in like 5 or 6 days when they scheduled my induction. So induction day rolls around, we wake up bright and early, and I will insert a picture of my last pregnant belly with her the morning of induction. I'll insert that here. So we arrive to the hospital bright and early, and they start the induction process probably, I want to say it was like maybe 8 o'clock before they started it. We got there at 6, I believe it was, and they started the Pitocin at around 8 o'clock or so. And things were going great. Things were picking up kind of fast, and around, I want to say it was around maybe 11. My doctor came in and checked me, and I was still only at a 4 to a 5. And as she was checking me, my water broke again for the real time. And that's when I opted. The pain was getting pretty intense, and I was just tired and ready. So I opted for a epidural. They came in, they gave me an epidural, and literally about 25 minutes later, I went from a 5 to she's out. So needless to say, the epidural did not have any time to kick in. I felt everything, and of all 3 of my labors, for some reason I felt like I was going to die as I was trying to push her out. She was my middle weighing child. My son was a preemie, so he was really small, and then my firstborn was big for me. She was like 8 pounds 2 ounces or something like that, and that's really big for me. So Rebekah was 6 pounds, and for some reason, like I just said, I can almost still feel the pain of her coming out. But really, once she came out, once it's all said and done, she's out, you kind of forget about that pain, like the physical part of it. So she was born really quick. She was born right around 12, I don't even remember. She was born right around 12:20, 12:15, something like that. And let's see, there's really nothing too, crazy about that delivery except how fast it went. I literally went from a 4.5 to a 5 to she's out with, I want to say it was less than 30 minutes tops, because my doctor had just come in, checked me, and my water broke, and then she went back to clinic to deal with her patients, and they didn't even give me a practice round of pushing. They called the doctor in, and she comes running down the hospital, running in the room, scrubbing up, and she's like, let's do this. I think I pushed twice, and I think I pushed 3 times, and she was out. However, when she was coming out, the babies are supposed to come out face down. Well, she was head up, or face up, and in the middle of one of my pushes, she decided to flip all the way around. So I think that might be what made it so painful, and felt like she was gonna rip every part of me open down there, which she did not, so that's great. I just thought I was going to explode. But so yeah, that's pretty much my quick and easy favorite memory / birth story. It's my favorite memory because we were told we were not going to be able to save her after my water broke initially, and we really in that time saw God perform a amazing miracle that I'm still blown away with by today when I think about it. Almost a year later, she'll be a year in 2 months. I cannot believe she's going to be a year already. So that's pretty much my birth story / favorite memory. Am I forgetting anything else? I feel like I'm just like rambling on. So I'm going to go ahead and end that here. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I will, as always, have all the ladies linked in the description below who are joining us for coffee date this week. And I will link Rebekah's original story down below too, so you guys can go check that out. All right, that ends our coffee date. Join us again next week, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.